Hey Geminis, welcome to your timeless love reading. We're separating this out for those of you who are single and in relationships. So if you're in a relationship, you can use the timestamps in the description to skip ahead to that portion of the video. Otherwise, we're going to start with our singles and get a card to see how you're feeling toward love. So just give me one card, please. Thank you. So we have mediator and the shadow attribute with negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Okay. So I feel like you are you have some specific desires and expectations as it relates to love right now, and you may not be willing to budge if those requirements and expectations aren't met. So this may be like a little more than usual. So you may be like open to finding someone, but now you're like, look, if this person doesn't make like this amount of money, then yeah, it's over. If this person is not this tall, it's over. Like, yeah, you have some very specific expectations. So let me get you some quick advice here on that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's not surprising. You're definitely being guided to be a little more open and to not be so specific in your requirements. Maybe just go with what your high-level desires are and let the universe provide to you in the best way for your highest good is what I'm hearing, okay? So let's see about this person that's coming towards you. Okay, so who is coming towards Gemini? Tell me all about this person. So I'm going to get a bunch of cards here. Okay, so I thought I saw clearly this person is sexual. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get into what the sexual relationship is going to be like as well here, but we want to get a couple cards here to see what the person looks like and some characteristics that they may have. So, okay, what else? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have definitely a sexual person, very free and open with their sexuality, not afraid to try new things and be creative. Here we have creative right here. So again, in all aspects, this person is going to be creative. They may also have tan or olive skin. Okay. All right. So this person could have been to prison before or been on probation or had some run-ins with the law previously. Okay. So we'll leave that there. We have modest with humble, low-key. They like the simple pleasures in life. Sophisticated, experienced, stylish. They're a nature lover. They can tend to be dramatic. Passionate. Yeah, drama, passion, sex. All right, so they are a tolerant person. Okay, so give me two more. Let's get two more here. Give me two more. Okay, so they are profound, heartfelt, keen, deep feelings. Okay, and since I asked for two, I'm gonna... Okay, no, that's it. All right. Okay, thank you. All right. So, now let's look at what the relationship will be like with this person. So what would the relationship be like here? Okay. All right. Okay. So I do feel as though with this person, you are going to get to the point where you have to make a decision, like, do you want to continue on with this person or not? Because I do see that there could be like some challenging situations that come up in being with this person. And one, I feel like they do say what's on their mind, or they may say things and not necessarily care how it comes out, if that makes sense. Okay, so they're like direct. You know, they will say things and not necessarily care about your feelings. Like, they're just going to be open and honest and say what it is they need to say. And some of you may like that. That may be fine with you. You like a person that just says exactly what's on their mind. And then some of you may like a person that says what's on their mind, but, you know, can communicate it in a constructive way. So I see with this person, it's more like, yeah, they're just going to just go ahead and say it and not necessarily care how it comes out or how you feel about it. Okay, so what else with this relationship? What else? Okay. Yeah, so there may also be like always a longing for what you don't have. And this could be one or both of you. So I feel like there's going to be a couple things missing out of this, that couple characteristics, couple ways, maybe like your traditions, your values, or just certain, again, requirements, expectations that you do have when it comes to love that you're not going to have with this person. This person is not going to meet that. And so you'll have to make a decision based on that, what you want to do. And then also if you decide like, okay, you know, it's fine, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're always going to be wanting those things. And it's going to be difficult for you to appreciate what you currently have with this person because there's going to be pieces missing, right? Things that they're not doing. Yeah, so I really see that eventually, essentially, you're going to, you know, have this experience. If you choose to do so, you will have this experience, and it is going to end with you sort of learning some lessons and then deciding that you're going to move whichever way it happens, them leaving, you leaving, but move towards something that's more fulfilling and something and someone that's more aligned with what it is you're desiring at that time. Okay, so I feel like this person is never going to meet your expectations or just the things that you want in love and out of a lover. They're never going to be able to meet that. And that's just what I'm hearing. So, you know, just take this as it resonates. If you don't want to take this energy on, you certainly don't have to. But I'm here just to communicate the truth. Okay. Okay, so let me ask why this person can't meet your requirements. Why can't this person meet the requirements? Okay. So yeah, there's probably something that happened in their childhood in some way. So there may be some trauma from that, or just things that they weren't taught or that aren't part of their traditions and values. So yeah, they don't see it as like, just for instance, like being chivalrous, right? So they may have grown up in an environment where that wasn't the case. They didn't see that happening, and they weren't taught that either. So that may be like a big requirement for you. And you will find that this person's not like that. No matter how much you communicate that that's what you desire, they're just not gonna do it because that's not who they are. And then you have to decide, okay, is this person still aligned with who I am and what it is that I want for myself or not? Okay, so that's just an example of what I'm saying about how, you know, this person's not necessarily gonna be aligned with what it is that you're desiring and wanting. Okay, so, all right, so let's see what else do you want to tell me about this person? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I feel like you're destined for greatness. You're destined to be happy and content and have a healthy, loving commitment and relationship. Again, when you desire it, if that's what you desire. So you will have everything that it is you want and desire. It's just, I don't know that it's this person that's going to be able to give it to you. So if you do decide to have this experience, it's just going to teach you more about who you are and what it is that you desire in love. Okay, so there is no wrong answer. You can have this experience and go through it or not. It's totally up to you. So I want to see what the sexual relationship would be between you two. So we're going to get 3 cards here, and I'm going to be very delicate because these are some very graphic cards. So I may not be able to show everything. That's not too bad. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's... Okay, and then we have the Ace of Swords. And then this one, I'm going to cover up a little bit because it is a little graphic here. So this would be the Tower here. All right, and I'm just going to look up because these do have a little bit of a different meaning. So the Ace of Swords, just going to look that up to see. So we're going to look at desires initially here. All right, so, okay, so I feel like there may be one or both of you that is really into like BDSM, into like exploring things very, very much. Yeah, okay, here it is. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I thought that came through before, so yeah, it may be your partner, this person here, that is very much into a lot of things sexually. They're very open as it relates to that. So, you know, they're gonna have those desires. They're definitely going to have those desires, and they're going to want a partner that can meet those desires. And that is totally up to you based on what you feel comfortable with and where you are at in your life at the time and what you're open to. But just know that that is going to be a desire of theirs. Okay, and then we have fears with the Tower. So what do we have for that? Okay. Yeah, so I feel like this, if you're not able to meet their sexual desires and the things that they like to do, then you're always going to have like this fear of them seeking that from someone else and receiving that from someone else and going outside of the relationship to fulfill their needs. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles here with overall lessons that you can learn. All right. Okay, so I feel like this is patience, compassion, and understanding. Okay, so those are definitely lessons that you can learn, and lessons that you can also learn when it comes to sexual relationships and sexuality. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So we're going to look at some challenges that you may encounter with this person. So what challenges? Okay, so yeah, monetary. Definitely monetary. Building a financial foundation. So you may need to provide additional support with this person. Always like be working towards something, be trying to build your financial foundation, trying to get yourself together, trying to put yourself in a better position. But you know, there may always be struggles. So I'm hearing like someone may like overspend or have an inability to manage their finances well. And so that's going to create contention within the relationship. And I'll point again back to some of the requirements that you may have that, you know, this person may not be able to meet successfully. Okay. So for you, I would say, because we did talk about like, you know, softening your requirements a little bit, but you do not do anything that you do not feel comfortable with doing. Like if it's a requirement, like, yeah, you know, I've been with others where I've supported them. And like in this case, moving forward, like you to be financially stable. So yeah, that is a requirement that you have the knowledge and the wisdom and experience with, so you can say like, yeah, definitely not doing that, you know what I'm saying? So in that case, yes, absolutely. But for some of the other requirements, such as just in particular like height, you know, if a person's, you know, 6'4", and you're like, well, I'm not dating anybody under 6'2", okay, maybe if the person, or I'm sorry, if your person is 6'2" and you're saying you're not dating anybody under 6'4", you know, well, okay, that's, both are still tall, you know, there's a little wiggle room there. So, you know, that's what I'm saying as far as loosening requirements a little bit, okay? So not anything like that's detrimental to your whole livelihood and being, okay? But I think you get it. I think you understand. So yeah, this is going to be difficult to be successful here. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to utilize your skills and your gifts to achieve your goals. Okay, so yeah, so there's definitely going to be like this conflict here over, it could be finances, it could be things in love, just general emotions. Yeah, there's definitely like conflicts here that you may decide is just too much for you. And it's really going to take away from you. I don't want to say take away. It's going to slow down your progression, basically. Okay. But you know it here. You know what could potentially happen. So if you do decide to go on this journey with this person, you at least know ahead of time that, yeah, the finances got to be important, and I got to keep working towards growing my spirituality and utilizing my gifts and talents. Okay. So let's see, any other challenges? Any other challenges? Yeah. Okay, so this person may also still dabble in illegal things as well. So, because I thought we had like that this person may have had some run-ins with the law. Excuse me. For some of you, if this applies, yeah, they're still going to be doing things, and they may even like tell you like they're done with that, or they're not doing that, or they're trying to get back on, a straight and narrow path. But yeah, there's going to be temptations, and they're going to succumb to those temptations. Also, there may be issues with just balance in the relationship. Like one person may be giving more money, time, other resources, love than the other person. Okay, so there's going to be issues there as well. Okay, so let me see. Let's get some ways you can overcome your obstacles. Okay. What else? What else? So I feel like this is about definitely connecting to your intuition and getting ideas on like what is the best way. Please give me some messages on how to handle this and to make progress here, because it's going to be like you're actively being worked against here. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be needing to be very creative and open, researching, learning, talking to others to figure out like what other solutions can I try. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely, you're going to have to figure out different approaches to things to get what you want, to keep yourself in alignment with who you are, and also to keep the relationship in alignment with the goals that you have for it. So it's definitely going to be some work. All right, so what other advice? Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be for the faint of heart, because this is going to be a challenge, and you're going to have to call on your strength and courage and bravery to get through it and to handle the things that are coming up in this partnership. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Okay, yeah. So there's going to be things that are going to be constantly revealed as well. So you're going to just keep finding things out, and, things are happening in the background that you don't even know about. And, it's going to come to light in some way or another. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, this person may be doing stuff and not telling you, which definitely does align with some of the other things we saw earlier. Okay. So let's see. I want to see really quickly, like when you may encounter this person. So when might Gemini encounter this person? Give me one card, please. Thank you. February. All right. Okay, there you have it. February. Okay, so I want to see what blessings would come out of this. Okay. All right. So I feel like this is teaching you about what you're truly passionate about and what you truly desire in a partner and for your life, period. Okay. So I think for some of you as well, I feel like, all right, so some of you are actually going to do this with this person, and this is about you just taking a chance, taking a leap, and seeing where it ends up. Like just going on the journey and just allowing the universe to universe, and just like dealing with whatever comes up and whatever comes your way. Okay, so it's about like just opening yourself up to whatever is going to happen and just rolling with it. Okay, and making mistakes along the way, what you would identify as mistakes, and just enjoying the experience. Okay, so I feel like this is, I'm trying to find the right words, how I really want to communicate it, how I'm hearing it, is about like just learning to be more open in love and just allowing things to flow more in love and not be so controlling and trying to control the outcome in love. Okay. So what other blessings? What other blessings, please? Give me 2 more cards and 1 more card, please. Give me 1 more card. Thank you. All right. So yeah, this is also an opportunity to connect with your higher self and source and your guides, and allow yourself to receive those messages and allow yourself to be divinely guided. Okay, so that's the blessing that's going to come out of this. Here also connecting with who you are, and I feel like this person could also be different from you in some way, so different culture or different traditions or a completely different way that they grew up. They may have a lot more or a lot less than you do. So there is some difference here in some way between you two. And this is really about you, the blessing out of that, I feel like, is you just being more open to experiences. And again, I'm hearing the control, like learning how to not try to control circumstances and outcomes, and just allow yourself to be guided by source, by your higher self and your guides. So this is really about like releasing that control, that you're all those requirements and control. And again, what you're open to releasing that and just letting the experience happen. But you certainly don't have to do that with this person, because you can learn that and you can receive these blessings from another partner, another person that you contracted with to come here. Okay? All right, so let's get you some additional advice. Regret. Okay? Then we have effort. Yeah, so you may ultimately regret the effort that you're putting into this and you having this experience. And I really don't like to see regret, because I feel like it's just lessons that you're learning here. And you will decide if you want to have this experience with this person and learn those lessons or not. So if you do go ahead and have this experience with this person, then don't view it as a regret. View it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and to grow and to learn what you like versus what you don't like, and putting the opportunity to put yourself more in alignment with who you are on your journey. Okay, so view it more in that way, as truly a blessing. And it may be a blessing in disguise, it may be, but it is truly a blessing to have these experiences here and to learn from them. All right, and then we have communication here. So really having great communication between you two, open and honest communication, and creating that safe environment where both of you feel comfortable with communicating with each other. That may we can hope that that may create an environment where they feel open to sharing some things. We can hope, but ultimately I'm not quite feeling that way. But you can at least create that environment. You can at least get the experience in creating that type of environment in your relationships, and that will be helpful to you in the future. So let me see. Let me just no, we'll move on. Let's see. What else? So we have respect, belief, and love. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like respect is going to come into play here, because this person may also have a tendency to not tell the truth sometimes. So you're just going to be wanting like just basic levels of respect, and that's going to be significant in this relationship, because you're going to be requiring that. Okay. And it is going to take love. If you fall in love with this person, it is going to take some strong love to weather the storms that come with this. What else do we have? So we have self-love. I love that. We have consistency. And then we have will. Okay. So this is all about you and what it is you desire. Okay? Because I feel like the one thing you should be is consistent in the self-love and consistent in building your relationship with Source, your relationship with your higher self, and building your intuition. So I feel like this is calling you more to be consistent with your continued growth and love and confidence for yourself. And that will then be displayed in your relationships, and you will find that you're making choices that are aligned with a more confident, loving you. Okay? So I feel like the more you love you, the less shit you will put up with, basically. Okay? So we have transformation with your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, and we do have love here, so there's definitely hope. There is definitely hope. So we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That is an amazing message, and that really aligns back to what we initially talked about, how you may have, based on previous experience, many requirements and a whole checklist of what it is that you want and require. So just look at that and see if there's anything that you are willing to, budge a little bit on for the sake of the greater good. And anything that you're not willing to budge on, do not. Absolutely do not. But again, if there's ways that you can be a little more open and flexible, then you're being guided to do so. Okay, Geminis, those are the messages I have for you. Please like, share, and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonated. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to move to our Geminis in relationships now. Take care. Hey Geminis, this is your timeless relationship reading, and we're going to start with getting some oracles just to help understand your current situation and what's going on. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, what else? Okay, let's go. Okay, so I feel like one or both of you may be retreating a little bit and just trying to get some quality time with yourself in, basically, or this could be your partner. Okay, all right, so what else? We have clock here with needing time, cycles, healing, and making progress. Okay, so I feel like there's masks that are coming off and things that you're dealing with and trying to work through with your partner. So it may be like some ego-ish, narcissistic type of toxic behaviors that are kind of boil to the surface and come to a head. So it's like the mask is coming off, or you've realized and recognized that, yeah, someone's been wearing a mask this entire time. All right, so what else do we have here? What else? Give me like 2, 3 more cards. So I'm wondering if this is something that you can work through, since we do have the love potion here. So maybe it's about just learning more about your partner, and yeah, like you're seeing some things that you didn't see before because the mask is coming off. But it may be something that, yeah, here it is right here. It may be something that you can work through, right? Then we have lightning here with sudden change. So yeah, I feel like whatever this is, like you're uncovering some truths that are a little surprising to you. I feel like you kind of have always known, or been like, I feel like you could have always been this way. I've always known something or recognized this about you, but now you're actually just showing me exactly who you are. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like you learning more about your partner and things being uncovered about who they truly authentically are, or things that, you know, they may be destined to work on. We'll just say that. So yeah. Let me see here. What else we have going on? So what else is going on? What else? Okay. So yeah, there's definitely that reflection here. So we have the man cave. So someone may be taking some time, and I'm not saying that, you know, there's separation, but just you may have mentally, you or your partner, just been like taking a little bit of time here to reflect and focus on you and what's important to you. And this is also you being divinely guided to do those reflections and to connect with your intuition more. Okay. All right. So there may also be like things that you're working through from a financial perspective, like working on your resources, trying to get bills in order, trying to get the savings together or increase that, working on investments, trying to build out your financial portfolio. Yeah, so there's definitely like some of that work going on here that could also be impacting things, and you may even be uncovering things about your partner as it relates to finances, and seeing like, okay, well, this person likes to spend a lot here, or like, what are these charges, or, you know, just what have you. Again, it could be that, or it could be just like, you know, things that they want to work on or want to work towards as well. So I do see like there's things that you're going to have to discuss, and that may come up and show up as conflict between you two. So it'll be up to you to work through them. Up to you two, both of you, to work through them. And so there has to be like this eye-opening type of event, that taking the mask off, because I feel like a lot of this you already know, because I keep hearing that, like you already know this, you've already recognized this and realized this. It just, things may not have come to a head yet, but that's coming here. So there may be some communication coming through. You receiving a bill or letter or some other type of communication coming through that kind of exposes this or brings it out into the open and causes the need for you and your partner to address it. Okay. So what else? All right. So yeah, it's definitely something that you can work through, because I do see here that your partner is loyal and they're committed to working through this with you. And if you feel the same, it's definitely something that you two can work through and come out on top and figure out a solution that's going to benefit both of you and your home and family environment. Okay, so there may be some adjustments, compromises that can be made that's going to allow both parties to get what it is they want, but also the home and family environment and your resources to continue to thrive and to grow as part of this. Okay, so there's definitely a solution here, and one that could be beneficial to you both as a whole. It's just you tapping into your intuition and being open enough to receive it. Okay, so what else do I want to see here? All right, so, oh yes, let's look at the sexual component. So I'm going to do just a quick little reading here, and we'll get 3 cards. 2, and give me one more card. Thank you. All right, and so if you're familiar with these cards, they are a little graphic, so I don't know how much I can show here. So we have the Empress, the High Priestess, and then Wands, the 10 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll do it like this. Okay, and then I'm going to use my little booklet here because sometimes these have different meanings. So for your passions, your desires, we have the Empress here. All right, so with the Empress, okay. Yeah, this is about creation, creating. So I love that. Birthing new babies, maybe. Ideas, thoughts, projects. We're speaking of that financial foundation here, so it may be new ideas toward that. We also talked about, like, yeah, you're definitely going to have to come up with new solutions and think outside of the box here for you to work through things. So yeah, this is you coming up and having that desire to work through this. So that's lovely. That is lovely because you have to want to fix things. You have to want to keep working together and grow together. All right, and then we have for fears, the High Priestess. For fears, let's see. All right. Okay, so I feel like for fears, it's just this, can we do this or not? Is this going to work out? And a little bit of impatience as well. You are working on these things, just having that hope and faith that you can get through this and that things are going to be more aligned with what it is are your true desires. Because I feel like, again, like there's things that, you know, are getting you off track that, you know, your partner may be doing or you may even be doing that are getting you off track. And this is about coming back into alignment, yourself, your partner, and then together. Okay, and then we have our 10 of Wands here for lessons. And okay, yeah, so this is really about combining both the divine feminine and divine masculine qualities together to come up with solutions that are beneficial to both of you. Okay, so not just solutions that are beneficial to one party, but a solution that's beneficial for the family unit and the highest good for your family unit. Okay, so that is the lesson out of this. All right, so now where are we going? So let's see, we're going to see how you show up currently. So I'm going to get oracles for that, for how you and your partner show up. So let's do you first. So how are you showing up, Gemini? Okay. All right. And then, okay. All right. So this says Don Juan, with spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Okay. All right. And then, so I'm even hearing like some of you may use your seductive qualities to get things that it is you want, as opposed to like knowing y'all supposed to be budgeting and saving and working towards something, but you may use your feminine or masculine or they wiles to, you know, seduce your partner into like, yeah, let's go on a weekend trip here. Something like that. All right, so we have Knight with loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. So that is how your partner is showing up, your counterpart is showing up. So that's beautiful. So I see like the passion and the love here for each other and the wanting to work through things. Okay, so I see that on both parts. So that's wonderful. That is lovely. Lovely. All right, so where are we going next? Let's see. We're going to get some messages to see what your partner would say to you, and then we're going to look at what you would say to your partner. But what would Gemini's partner say to them? Okay. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. Oops. That was quite a bit. I'm not going to take all these. I'm just going to take the first one that came out. And then let's see what else comes out. Okay. All right. So that's a lot right there anyway. So, all right. So we have, I'm sorry I didn't know how to express my feelings for you. We have, I hope you can forgive me. I'm scared of intimacy and being close to you. I've been hurt in the past and I'm scared of trusting others. My love for you will never fade. We wanted different things. I don't know what to say to you. I dream about you. I want you to love me for who I am. I get triggered at the thought of you. I know I haven't been treating you the best. I need to sort my head out first. And you felt special to me the day I met you. Yeah, so I definitely see the deep feelings here, the deep love that exists here, and the wanting to work through this. And you already know this, Gemini. This is your partner, so you already know what it is with your partner. So let's see what you're saying you would say to your partner now. What would Gemini say? Oops, okay. Okay, and then see that. Alright, so we have, I want you so badly. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I find you so attractive. Yeah, I said that, like that love, that passion is here. I feel so drawn to you. I don't know. Oh, I know you don't feel the same. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I don't want to let you go. I lost myself for a little while. I love you. I miss seeing you. And I need security. Okay? Alright. So let's see what type of challenges that you and your partner may experience. We'll just get a couple cards here because we know what most of that is at this point in time. Okay, so we're also seeing the emotions coming out and dealing with the emotions. Okay, so emotional intelligence is key to working through your issues. Okay, yeah, so the money's coming up again. So we know that, so we don't need to really speak to that again because we talked about that earlier, but it's coming up here again. All right. The money, honesty about the money, clear intentions on how that's going to work, what is needed, what you're working towards, what you're going to do as it relates to that financial foundation. And then also that emotional component, right? Communicating constructively, managing the emotions well. What else? Anything else? Anything else? Oops, that looked like it was coming, but it didn't. So now I want to see and look at any advice that we have. So what advice do we have? Thank you. All right. So I'm hearing like there's definitely ways that you can celebrate that don't cost a lot of money or don't cost any money at all. So think of ways when you're looking at finding things to do to become closer. Look at things that don't cost a lot of money. So even like just cuddling up, watching a movie, taking a walk, sitting out on the patio or the deck, enjoying some tea or wine or what have you. Yeah, just the simple things that just don't create a lot of money or that don't need a lot of money. Okay. So yeah, definitely being truthful, being honest, taking the mask off, and communicating clear, concisely, and directly is what you're being guided to do. Okay, and also setting healthy boundaries. Okay, because we're talking a lot about that financial component that's coming through. So I'm hearing like there's definitely some boundaries that need to be set, and it may be on both of your sides, both of your behalves. But yeah, there's some boundaries that you can set. So it's about like being open and honest and upfront about that. And then if you both are agreeing to that, actually taking the action toward your agreements to ensure that you are meeting your goals. Okay, so anything else? Give me one more card. Give me one more card, please. Thank you. All right, yeah, just keeping the passion there. So like we talked about, like finding ways that you can be happy and you can enjoy yourself and enjoy the family that don't cost a lot of money is something that could be helpful to you. Okay, so let's see what else will be helpful to our Geminis. All right, so we have fear, healing, and self-love. So definitely allowing those fears to come to the surface and to be addressed and let go. Because, you know, I try to be careful with the guidance that I give when it relates to like fears, doubts, anxieties, things like that, because I truly do believe that you don't have to like spend a lot of time evaluating them, reflecting on them, trying to figure them out. It's a simple matter of, do you want that feeling? No, you do not, and letting it go. Okay, so the more weight you give to it, the more you wallow in that energy, the more you build that energy, the more it grows. So it's so important to recognize that that is what's happening, and that's where your, you know, beliefs, your values, like recognize that that's boiling up and letting it go and moving on. Do that in the best way for you, because that's easier said than done a lot of times. And it takes a little bit of growth and evolvement to be able to say like, oh, I recognize fear right there. I'm not even going to experience that. I'm going to just choose something different. So maybe even that's something that you can try. And, you know, the more that you try it, the more that you do it, the more and the easier it becomes. Okay. So that was a very long explanation for this fear. But essentially what I'm saying is like really recognize when that's trying to creep in, so that you can immediately let it go. And commence with your healing and your self-love. What else? Let's do 4. So we have reverence, charisma, responsibility, and bravery. Yeah, I love this because I feel touched on this at different places here throughout this reading. So it's about just honesty, taking accountability and responsibility, being brave enough to say like, yes, okay, yeah, I may overspend a little bit here too as well. So there's some changes that I could make as well. So just having that bravery to admit accountability, also having the bravery to say like, hey, these are the things that I need. These are the things that I feel that we should work on together. So that also takes bravery and courage. And then it also takes bravery and courage to actually take the steps toward what you agree to. Okay. But you have the talent, the abilities, everything that you need already to do this and to be successful. All right. So let's get 3. All right, so we have wisdom, calling that in, as always. We love that. Allow yourself to be divinely guided, right? So this connecting with source, connecting with your higher self and guides is where that wisdom is going to blossom. Because not only are you going to call on what you already know, you're going to receive new information and new guidance. So we have the void. Yeah, spend some time in the void. Spend some time, whatever those self-care practices are that get you in that state where you feel source and you feel good and you feel unconditional love. That's what you're being guided to do. And that's what's going to help in this situation and help you get through this. And also I'm hearing help at times where you do want to like go, DoorDash instead of cook, or, go excuse me, go shopping instead of just saving the money or something, so just examples. But yeah, that could be done instead. And then we have fear, and just again, we have fear coming up. So if you want to leave in the comments anything as it relates to that, but I feel like this is again just reiterating and helping you to recognize that those are emotions that can tell you more about yourself, but then also need to be let go and not given weight. So you assign the value of that and those fears when they come up. And the idea is to recognize it as, okay, I'm getting out of alignment, but I don't want to go in that direction. I don't want to give it any weight. I don't want to put any energy into it, because again, it's just going to grow and I'm going to move in a different direction. Okay, so replace that fear with unconditional love, with joy, with happiness, with good thoughts. You got to think something anyway, so why would it be something negative? Think something positive. Okay, and then we have our master numbers here as well. So I do have a little cheat sheet on the master numbers, if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, so the master number 22 is about building, so like practicality, ambition, discipline, and the power to manifest. Okay, so that is completely aligned with everything we're talking about here, because the financial component is really great. It's really coming up as significant here. So yeah, this is about you turning your dreams into reality and creating something of lasting value for the greater good. So it's like your spiritual insight with your practical abilities to make things come to fruition in the 3D. So that's what this is about. Okay, so you may want to look up this master number 22 to get more information that could be helpful to you. All right, so let's close out with some final messages here. So we have secret admirers. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Okay, so just take that as it resonates, but I do feel like that is your partner here with deep love for you and wanting to continue and work on this. So we have, it is important right now to take a step back and spend time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So yeah, so that would be a great opportunity to really work on these fears and taking off the mask that we talked about earlier, so that you are vulnerable and that you are open and able to work through things with your partner from an unconditionally loving place. Okay. All right, Gemini, so those are the messages I have for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonated. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk soon.